Let me come to with you.
Don't expect anything less than the #1 rated Caribbean show. Caribbean vibration. Caribbean vibration. Caribbean vibration. Caribbean vibration.
Hi guys, it's your girl Tamara. We are here at the Trinidad and Tobago General Consulate for the media launch for the Caribbeantales Film Festival. So here.
Next up.
Hi everyone, it's Tamara, your host for Caribbean Vibrations TV. We're here at the Trinidad General Consulate for the Caribbeantales media launch. I'm here with Nicole Brooks. How are you, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you?
She is the co-manager, facilitator, and the organizer for the incubator program for the Caribbeantales Foundation. So, Nicole, tell us what an incubator does and what the whole program's about.
Well, the incubator happens alongside the Caribbeantales Film Showcase, and what it is that it encourages Caribbean filmmakers as well as the Caribbean diaspora. So I don't want people to feel if I'm not directly living in the Caribbean, though we do have filmmakers come from all around the Caribbean region, come in for 5 days. Now, I really look at the incubation phase as 4 days of intense training, while the 5th day, we tend to have them pitch to industry leaders here in Canada. So the whole purpose is to learn how to market, pitch, and sell your film. For me, I like to think of it going a little bit beyond, because people really need to understand that we're building an industry and that filmmaking is a business. So yes, it is nice to have certain stories, but what are you going to do with that story? Who is your audience? How are you going to reach that audience? So we really get the filmmakers to really think about either if it's a finished product or something that's in development. So it doesn't matter what level or where you are in the production phase of what you're doing. We want a really great idea, and we want to know how we can help you propel forward. So for me, there's nothing like it in the world, especially in a hub that we're looking at specifically Caribbean films, and how do we grow and really facilitate having them know what to do in the big bad world out there, right?
And how's the feedback been so far from people who have joined the program?
You know what, it's been really wonderful. Now you have to understand, I was in its 2nd year as a participant, so even for me, being a part of the alumni, I felt that it was one of the greatest experiences, because similar to even when you go to film school, you know what, the community that you're with is actually the people who you're in business with as well. It is, the same thing that happens in the incubation, because so many relationships are made and that you're able to move forward. And to hear how many other films have gone on into other film festivals, or they've been sold, or just to hear the positive stories that come out of, we've learned something and this is what we've done. And the thing is, let me just stress again, 4 days. So you can imagine that we have such a success rate just with 4 days, really getting them seasoned in a short amount of time to go out there and know what they can do with their product.
That's wonderful. And when's the next incubation period program happening?
All right, that's great. It is September 3rd to the 8th, and we have extended our incubation application to July 15th, which is just around the corner, but there's still time. You can go on Caribbeantales Worldwide website to get that, and you know what, we welcome anybody of the Caribbean diaspora. If you are a filmmaker, you have a really great idea, please come and apply. Francis Ann also announced that they are building a fund for scholarships, because we do realize that it could be a challenge for whomever to come. So we want to provide that as well for people to feel that they can come and participate. So we're really excited about that.
Hi guys, we're here at the Caribbeantales media launch. I'm here with Miss Henry-Jackman. She's the Director of Board of Tourism for Antigua and Barbuda. So Erica, just tell us a little bit about the Islands of the Caribbean Festival that you're having within Caribbeantales.
Well, we're so excited to be partnered with Caribbeantales for the first time during the CNE. And we're doing a pre-screening of the films that you can expect to see during the Islands of the Caribbean Film Festival. And why that was really important is that the CNE takes place from August 16th to September 2nd, and Caribbeantales happens that weekend after. So it's a really good opportunity for us to showcase or preview some of the films that you can expect to see at Caribbeantales Film Festival. And it was just an opportune time with the kind of demographics that may not be coming to the Caribbean Tales Film Festival to actually showcase what they can expect to see. We're really kind of whet that appetite, entice in a very sensitive way for them to come out and say, well, wow, we really want to come out and see the full week of the film festivals as just opposed to seeing 3 days.
That's wonderful. Also, our Caravana time is the beginning of August, which is the same as your carnival in Antigua. So for people who haven't been or haven't heard or are thinking of going, maybe leaving Toronto, what can you tell us that's different about the Antigua Carnival?
Well, what makes Antigua's Carnival very, very different is that we're the Caribbean's greatest summer festival. And we've been doing this for over 55 years. So you can really, truly come and expect a really authentic Caribbean. What makes it very different from the other islands as well, we actually have 2 days of Mass. So we play Mass on Monday and Tuesday. So you're just not going to use your costume one time. You get 2 days as a really good jump up. If you have a friend with you and you want to share the costume and you're both the same size, one can jump to Monday, the other can come to Tuesday. But it's a really good way of really feeling the emancipation spirit of the islands, looking at the folklore and the history, and then the sexiness of what Carnival looks like in 2013. Our theme for this year's Carnival is Sweet Misbehaving. So you really want to be able to come and really sweetly misbehave 2 days of our fantastic carnival.
I think I might ditch Toronto Caravana and come to yours instead. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
Or you can jump the Saturday for Caravana, fly out the Sunday, and jump the Monday and Tuesday.
Hi guys, we're here with the lovely Frances Ann Solomon, the CEO of Caribbean Tales and the Caribbean Tales Film Festival. How are you doing today, Frances?
I'm really great. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us. Okay, so Frances, when did you fall in love with filmmaking?
Oh my gosh. I think it was, I studied theater actually at university, and then I found myself in an edit suite. Somebody left me there with a whole bunch of footage and the editor disappeared, and I was in this dark room by myself, and I spent like about a week just putting this film together, and I thought, this is what I want to do. I love looking at images and telling stories with pictures, and that's what happened.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
Okay, so why did you start the Caribbean Tales Film Festival?
Well, I after I left university, I went to England, and I worked for the BBC, which was an incredible experience because it's this organization that creates, produces, and distributes, like an exhibit, shows films on television for the British audience. It's public service television, so it's films that it's content that is for people. You know, their motto is to educate and inform and educate. And so I really got a sense through that whole organization of what it means to be part of an industry, of a television industry that serves an audience. You make it, you give it to the audience pays money, and then you're able to make more.
Yeah. And you've done so much from editing to...
I wanted to do that for the Caribbean, so I had this idea that that we would do that using the internet, that we would use the internet as a platform for distribution. This was long before, digital distribution, really. So that's when I started Caribbean Tales, which was 10 years ago.
That's great. And how has the process been so far? What can we look forward to, aside from the film festival that's coming up, what's new and exciting that we can look forward to now?
Well, now we have a production company, so we produce a lot of films. We have our distribution company, which is Caribbean Tales Worldwide Distribution, which is the first film distribution, sales and distribution entity in the English-speaking Caribbean. We have the Caribbean Tales Film Festival Group, and now we have partnerships with Harbourfront, with the islands of the Caribbean. We're just growing and growing year on year. It's now our 8th year. And then this year, we've got Caribbean Tales TV.
On demand.
Yeah, which is video on demand, yeah.
So how can the viewers access it, and when does it launch?
Online. We're starting with an online channel, which is like Netflix, really targeted at Caribbean audiences. If there's a Caribbean film that you want to see, you're going to find it on Caribbean Tales TV. And then gradually we'll be moving to television platforms and having live productions.
Okay, thank you so much for meeting with us, Frances.